You should get out of here. This place is bad news.
Maybe for you, but for a badass bitch like me? That is a dead body. Hello.
Did you see it?
The headless corpse? It's kind of hard to
He
miss.
done tore him up. Right in two.
Tell me what you saw.
These two guys, the dead guy and the other, they showed up. I've been living here, so I hid.
Who's the other guy?
The dead feller called him Muddy.
What were they doing here?
They was waiting on
I'm
someone.
having trouble reading.
Do some kind of job, they were saying. But the person they was meeting, well, he was late. So the one guy leaves to find the phone and call him, and the dead guy stayed. Well, that's when the killer, that's when he showed up.
Showed up?
1 second he wasn't there, and then he was. Like out of the shadows he come up. I'd like to scream, but I couldn't breathe.
You're lucky you didn't.
Oh, that killer, he grew these claws. The dead guy went white, like he seen the devil. And then the killer grabbed him round the neck and lifted him up and started cursing at the guy.
What did he say?
Oh, I couldn't hear too good. Something about revenge for what he did or what they did. The killer made sure the dead guy knew who he was and then ripped him open. He did it real slow and made the guy scream.
If you tell anyone that story, they'll lock you up forever. You should leave now.
Okay, I will.
Bye. I mean, a lot of Masquerade Redemption is someone who hasn't done anything to disobey Masquerade. I know I need blood. Stop yapping at me. Why can't vampires just, like, lick blood up? Anyone in these good old dark alleyways who I can sneak a bite from? You do. Oh, shite. That's not good. Oh, Mikurio, I was literally just looking for you.
Hey, what can I say? You preserved my ass. I truly appreciate you not saying anything, and I want you to know I take care of those who do me favors.
Can I convince you to buy stuff yet?
You have any...
Here's the steak. You have $100?
Yeah. Here you go. Now where can I find the head vampire?
He's in the tallest building downtown. His name's LaCroix.
You won't have to live like this anymore. I'm going to kill the head...
Oh no, I feel bad. Ooh, my humanity's low. Oh well, sometimes you gotta be a piece of shit in life.
Yo, Pally, over here.
Ah, for Christ's sakes.
I know. I
Tell
shoot a lot of
Jacobson
people.
if he plans on making editor-in-chief, he's got to start working with me. I can't keep getting him these scoops if he's going to send high school journalists who don't know enough to wear something that would blend in.
He didn't tell me this was a formal affair.
Jeez. What kind of Woodstein? Don't think to at least show dressed up like an investigator, a Coast Guard guy, something. Didn't you ever see Fletch? What, are they just handing out those diplomas nowadays?
My clothes shouldn't be an issue. They do come off, you know.
Take it easy, Lois Lane. This is still a badge you're talking to.
Let's get down to business, Barney.
All right, look. I got you a copy of the initial report, and I can get you into the cabin, but you gotta make yourself real scarce after that. Anybody catches you, I don't know you. And no goddamn flash photography, brainchild.
Where do I
Hold on
go?
a sec. Hines to Marsh. Hines to Marsh. Marsh, they need you up in the bridge. Over. There. The security room will be clear.
Got it.
Head down the stairs behind you and stay low. And don't let him see you.
Time to experience life. Be experienced. I would love life with no clip. Yeah. Right. We're now good at everything. Wow, the cops are still looking for me.
Hop in.
Not gonna find me, buddy. Not gonna find me. My wife. Let me get to my wife.
Hey, I know this might seem creepy and all, but please don't blow me off, okay? I mean, I've been looking all over for you since that night. Because I just wanted to... I'm in your debt. I almost forgot. I'm Heather. Heather Poe. I'm not weirding you out or anything, am I?
This is our new wife. It's hard to do these nights. You look much better, I'm glad.
Only because of you. Here, I got you this. I thought you might be able to use it. I can be useful to you. I'd do anything. Just tell me you'll let me help you.
Of course, Heather. I would love for you to stay with me.
Really? I promise you won't regret it. Promise. I'll get you money, I'll get you things, everything.
She is so mean. There's something you should know before we go on.
Oh,
I'm a vampire. You're bound to me.
What? You're joking, right?
Don't worry, my sweet pet. I will protect you. So we can have goth Heather,
Yes.
which I like. We can have lingerie. We can have regular Heather. I like goth Heather. Alright, we have a sassy goth bitch.
Mr. LaCroix told me to keep an eye out for you, Cup.
This is our other
Said to
boyfriend.
send you right up. You know, I got a break in an hour, and a fresh box of Krusty Kremes in the back. How about on your way out? We, huh?
How's the job, security man?
know, I'm keeping the undesirables out and the innocent safe and secure. I'm the thin blue line that separates the crazies from the hard-working decent folks. Yep, as long as I'm around, Mr. LaCroix
Chunk is the best. I'm sure he appreciates you're here to protect him. See ya, Chunk.
I've said all I need to for now.
I like how Heather just spawned in.
I don't have time for a monologue. Give me the bullet points of what you saw.
Everyone on board was massacred. There weren't any
And
survivors.
the Ankaran sarcophagus. What did you see?
There was blood all over the floor. Handprints indicate it was opened from within.
Opened. Let's not jump to conclusions. Give me the manifest in your notes. I'll sort this mess later. You might have noticed when you came in the parade of malingering mollycoddles filing out.
Malingering mollycoddles. Yeah, who were they?
Those were the Primogen, this city's clan elders. A worrisome bunch devoted first and foremost to the security of their own skin. Which is why they were here. It seems Alistair Grout, the Malkavian Primogen, has either forgotten how to answer his phone, or is missing. The Sabbat's appearance has put the Primogen on edge. Grout's mansion is in the Hollywood Hills. I need you to pry Grout out of whatever crack he's crawled into, and have him contact us.
Certainly. Is that all?
Yes, for the moment. You know, your demeanor thus far bears similar characteristics to those that rise to the top of this organization. Stay that course.
Thank you, sir. Now
Yes.
about Grout.
About Grout. As I said, Grout is the Malkavian Primogen. His behavior and home are eccentric. to
Grout's
say the
level is
least.
super cool.
He's developed a paranoid bent lately, so you may have to check under every bed in the place for him.
I'll go right away.
When we hear from Grout,
I am Grout.
until then. Oh, and to show my appreciation for your dedicated service to me,
Yes.
I have secured you a haven
We
note
got a new apartment.
in the Skyline apartment building. I hope it's to your liking. One more thing. You've been careless lately about maintaining the masquerade. See that you don't attract any more attention.
I didn't even kill that guy. I fed on him.
The Primogen hate to be kept waiting.
Shut up. I was feeding from him and I thought that nobody could see me. And then the cop shot him to death. Save real quick. Maybe I wasn't supposed to kill that person. Nines? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
I said that first. I may ask you the same thing.
No?
Wasn't really a yes or no question.
You should get out of here. This place is bad news. Pardon me.
Maybe for you, but for a badass bitch like me? Time to do probably like one of my favorite levels in a video game. I know I've said that about a lot of levels of this game, but there's a reason this game's one of my favorite games.
It is quite peculiar, the happenings I've been made to witness for my supernatural longevity.
We get to learn more about my
I'm
favorite
thinking
clan,
of one unfortunate
Malkavians.
phenomenon in particular of unique interest to my station, both as a professional and as a sufferer of this vampiric condition. It seems the stream of time has begun to erode the moorings of my chosen course of study, for the methodologies that gave birth to psychology are slowly disappearing. I find myself in an era that
Go me.
overlooks the physical component of psychological pathology time and again in favor of the sophistic practices of Freud. Phrenology, dactylpintilism, and the rest of the old guard has fallen by the wayside, its champions all silenced in death, with my unique exception.
Okay, this is a
Would that I
riddle.
could make my voice heard again, although it may be suspicious should I return to popular medical discourse
Welcome back,
50
Abby.
years after my apparent death. No, better that I continue my studies into the psychosis.
Perception at once shapes the minor rules over time. Time, however, erodes from perception and then turns.
Cure is validation of the methods. I am confident no cure for my condition or that of my beloved wife lies within our figurative minds, waiting to be unlocked by the correct combination of memories recovered from our childhoods. And I'm most certain it has nothing to do with the relationship between myself, my parents, and my genitals.
I think it's time, perception, and mind.
In time, too, may your star fade and disappear.
So time and mind. No. Okay. Don't know how I pulled that one off.
Another unfortunate casualty to tide of time, insane asylums. I lament their loss not only as brokerage houses for the breadth and depth of human psychoses, but also I shall mourn the disappearance of that peculiar environment present only in an insane asylum. That palpable atmosphere of blistered brains and churning bowels, the odoriferous melange of freely flowing bodily humors, that gently rolling cacophony of distant sobs and screams, the muttered cursing at perceived enemies, and the blissful gurgling of the bottom. The newborn babe discovering the
beating people up as he talks about this on a recording.
I shall still find test subjects as surely as I find bloody sustenance in the night, but this climate, I fear, may never be replicated. How many nights I've wasted now, gazing from the tower walk.
I know this is just like a JPEG, but I think it's really pretty. Like, there's a certain, like low poly, low res charm that these games have that's just so homey to me. If any of you shop my wish list, I'll give you a kiss.
After decades of solitary study into this affliction, I have learned that it is by no means mine alone. Indeed, the city is home to an entire society of similarly afflicted individuals with whom I've only recently made contact. They are an understandably standoffish sort, by and large, but I have been able to confirm with them that the condition is indeed vampirism, which apparently comes in a multitude of strains, each with a spectacular set of symptoms such as invisibility and even sort of lycanthropy. Through numerous...
Yeah, that's the other cool thing. Like, I have probably the lamest disciplines as far as like vampirism goes, but the other vampires have really cool stuff.
Mired in suspicion and pseudo-religious dogma that would make a Turk balk for its strictures. Indeed, they seemed impressed with my studies and the eloquence with which I was able to present them. Apparently, the typical sufferer of my particular strain of vampirism is far from the vanguard of the King's English. So impressed were they that they even offered me an office in their government, a rather high office by the sound of things. I believe I shall accept. If nothing else, it should provide a lofty vantage point from which to observe the breadth of
chaos like the mind can understand only through the scientific process. Order, however, is only as good as perception, therefore time is the key. Oh.
I have accepted the role of Primogen for Clan Malkavian, the dreadfully winsome label applied to the particular strain of vampirism I suffer, so named for some supposed vampire father figure of old, more poppycock grown from a backward culture that seems interminably drawn to children's tales and the fiction of Victorian romance, when it should concern itself with the science behind their suffering. No matter. For I have taken this office for no greater reason than to...
I need to look at this photo written down.
I must make mention, however, that even among my would-be peers in this governing body of vampires, the level of paranoia and superstition is frightening. Their intelligence is not the question, no, indeed. As they courted me for this appointment, I had to suspect that their overtures were hand-tailored to what must be my obvious infatuation with reason, for the devil would do well to have such honey-tongued tempters. Even so, I could not help but notice the dressing of language these vampire leaders chose for their siren song. Whether it is born of habit, from addressing their unwashed, ill-educated subjects, or from their own deep-seated beliefs, their linguistic flourishes belie a faith in superstition over the providence of empirical reason that must be an all-pervasive theme in this society of darkest night. Damn it all, now I'm doing it too.
Well, those are all lit up, so that has to do something. Oh, right, this room. Well, that should do it. This is trippy. House. Ooh. I do think this is added content.
Hey, hold it.
Oh, hi. Can I eat you? Oh my gosh, I can. Alright, we're actually gonna save here for another time.